Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Christine. I will leave all my socials down below. Now today we will be reviewing the new Colourpop Frozen 2 collections. So if you would like to see how I got this look and what I think of the products, then keep watching. Okay guys, welcome back. I hope everyone's Thanksgiving was amazing and you spent it with loved ones and friends, etc. But we are back and today we will be reviewing, testing out, and seeing what's the deal with the new Colourpop Frozen 2 collections. I have both of them here, so we're gonna do one on each side, test them out, see how they perform, etc. This is actually my first time reviewing Colourpop and my first time in general trying Colourpop. I'm glad it'll be a good first impressions for you and me both. So we're gonna try the Frozen 2. This is the Elsa set. This is what she looks like. Now guys, normally with brands, with makeup brands in particular, when they come out with Disney sets, for me, I just feel like most brands, they tend to make it look cheesy, but this brand did a really good job. I love the box. I love that there's two separate boxes per character. So this is the Elsa box, and as you can see here on the side, it says Elsa. And then in the back, it tells you exactly what you're getting. So opening it up, this is what it looks like. Now opening the eyeshadow palette, it has the little mirror here, and it has plastic on the mirror. But these are the colors. Beautiful color selection. Obviously, this is all cool tones. First impressions, automatically, I can tell you this to me looks like a great color selection. You have some dark colors for your transition if you would like to do that, or for your crease colors. And then you have these shimmers, which are really nice for the lid. It also comes with a lipstick. Now I love the little component. I think it's really cute. It's not super heavy, but it doesn't feel super cheap either. This is the color. I'll swatch it on my hand. This is what the color looks like. Gorgeous neutral color. I myself love colors like this because anything that's a little too light, it'll just basically wash me out. So I think a color like this is perfect. This, I assume, is a lip gloss. Actually, it might be for the lid. I'm trying to look in the box here and it says Mythic Journey Glossy Lid, I assume. I can't see that. Or Glossy Lip. I don't know. Of course, makeup is universal anyway, so whether it's for the lip or the lid, I'm sure you can use it both ways. This is the little doe foot applicator. We'll test it out anyway. And this to me looks really exciting because I love glitter things like this. This is the Dark Sea glitter gel, which you guys know, and if you've watched my previous videos, I have used a Tarte glitter gel, which I loved, and I actually like to use it as a highlighter for like a little glimmer. Now opening it up, I don't know if it's supposed to be like this, but it looks used almost. You see, this is my first time opening it up, and it looks almost like, I don't know if it's supposed to look like that. So you guys can see, it looks like used. You can see the inside. When we check the on the side, I will see if it looks the same way, if they have a similar one in there. But we're gonna go along with the video, dipping into the palette. Now the only thing I have on my face is my brows. I drew them in. And I have some concealer from Jeffree Star. This is my current fave. You guys know I have been raving about Tarte Shape Tape. I've been grabbing this every single day. So this is becoming my new favorite. I love the doe foot applicator. I will show you guys, it's not sponsored, but I just wanted to let you guys know. Anytime I come across a really good product, I want you guys to know. So this doe foot applicator, I like it because it has a little point on the end. So it's perfect for me. If you guys have seen my brow tutorial, it's perfect for me to basically carve out the bottom of my brow. I think this is perfect. It's great to fit into the little tear duct area, combined with the fact that it feels more moisturizing than the Tarte Shape Tape. And I love the coverage, I love the color. So if you guys haven't tried this, definitely try to snag this up. This is also in Morphe stores as well as Jeffree Star Cosmetics website. and a few websites. I know Beauty Bay and Beautylish also carries it as well. You would just have to know your complexion shade. I tend to go a little bit lighter, but if you want something more similar, just go according to your undertone. So I primed my skin with this is the Ole Henriksen, what is this? Banana Bright Face Primer. This as well has become my new fave. I love this for face primer, super moisturizing. It just gives life to your face. I combined this with the Smashbox Minimize Pores Photo Finish. These two together, killer. They're super amazing. What I do is I apply this throughout my whole face. And then where I have larger area pores, which would be this area here, a little bit on my nose, and a little here on my forehead, I just apply that in those areas, this minimize pores. Perfect combination. So if you guys haven't tried these, not sponsored again, but I just wanted to let you know, these are beautiful on the skin. So I'm gonna zoom you guys a little bit closer so we can do an eye look. Okay, so you guys are zoomed in. I have my mirror here. Okay, now automatically, the first color that I am drawn to is this. It's really hard to read the words. You kind of have to like turn it to the side. The first color I want to dip into is Spindrift, which is this dark shade here. Picking it up with a more condensed brush. This is the e.l.f. Eye Crease brush. Love this brush. There is not much kickback, as you guys can see, and it coats on the brush really nicely. Now in the pan, this color looks a little bit like a brown to me, but on the eye, it looks more purple, like a plum color. I'm not mad at it. I'm just letting you guys know. So for some reason on the pan, it looks a little bit more like a brown. And you guys know I'm just picking up a little bit at a time, but the color payoff is really amazing. I can let you guys know that right away. I can tell. There is some fallout, but the great thing about doing your eyes first and not your complexion products is that if you have fallout, you can just wipe it off right away and it won't mess up your foundation. So right away, you guys can see that the color payoff is amazing. I didn't have any trouble applying this color. Moving along, I want to dip into the shade Water, which is this bluish shade here. And I'm picking it up with this is a MOTD Blending Bestie. If you guys haven't seen my favorite brushes video, that's actually, I think that's my first video. This is one of my faves. I love this brush. They have a website, MOTD, and they also have an Instagram. I'm obsessed with their brushes. So I'm applying this color directly on top, taking a little bit at a time. And with colors like this, you want to take your time because you don't want it to appear muddy. So just take your time with it. Take a little bit at a time. Now with the first brush that I used for the first color, not applying any additional product on there, I'm just going to take the brush and just fuse those two colors together. Then again, using the second brush with the blue color, no additional product. I'm just applying more on the top and just fusing that out. So that is what we have so far. What I am going to do is I am going to cut my crease. I plan on cutting my crease, just to let you guys know, with the Jeffree Star Concealer in the white shade, which is the shade C0. So this is the whitest shade. It's actually just the white. I love carving my crease out with this because it basically creates a white base and it'll just make the shimmers or anything you put on top of there appear more vibrant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my crease and then I'll be right back. Okay, so next I want to use the shade, it looks like Cuddle Close. I don't know. You see, the fact that it's in script and the fact that it's like almost like a silver shimmery white, it's really hard to read the words, and especially in the inside. Like, I'm gonna show you guys. You see, like it's like hard to read the word. So it looks like Cuddle Close, which is this shade here. And we're gonna just dip into it a little bit because I want to apply it just in the very beginning of the crease. So not too much. So that's almost non-existent. For some reason, it's a little too light for me. So I'm going to try to dip into Ice Crystals, which is this one here. See, yeah, I like this more better. I feel like that other shade could be used as a highlighter. I actually love this a lot. I might put this almost all over the crease. Yeah, this shade is really beautiful. Look at that, that's gorgeous. So on the tail end here, I want to use a different color. What I'm going to do is I am going to use the shade. Yeah, it's really hard to read under Beauty Lights. Awakens, that's this shade here. I'm gonna use the same brush. I'm just gonna wipe it with a wipe and just applying it on the tail end of my crease, of my lid, I'm sorry. Now I almost want to do like a little liner moment. So using the same shade Awaken, I am going to take my brush and just make almost like a liner. Just a subtle one. I don't want to take it all the way. So I'm just going to take it just about here. Now because this is a harsh line, what I am going to do is I am going to take a fluffy brush, taking this Miss Shady Lady from MLTD, fluffy brush, nothing on it. I'm going to dip into both Ice Crystals and Awaken. So dipping into both simultaneously, tapping the excess and just going over this harsh line, just so it blends more seamlessly. See the difference? You see how that harsh line just goes away. I love this eye look so far. I'm obsessed with all the colors. Okay guys, so this eye look is basically completed. We still have to do the under eye, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply my complexion products on this side of my face only. And that way we can finish with the eye look and we can try some of the other products that are in this box, in this Elsa box. So be right back. Okay guys, so I am back. I know I look crazy because I have complexion products on this side and not on this side. But just to let you guys know exactly what I used the Star Concealer for my under eye. I am in love with it. You see how seamless it looks and how it doesn't look dry. Love this. Combined with this is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation. This has been my on and off favorite for some time now. I tend to go sway from other foundations and come back to this. I love this. If you're similar to my shade, this is the light medium neutral. For bronzer, I used this is the Marc Jacobs Tantastic. This was the coconut one. I love this. And then I just used a little bit of blush. I didn't want anything too harsh. So this is a MAC blush. This is what it looks like. This is one of my favorite blushes because I love this. It's so neutral. This is in the shade Prism Matte. So I love this. Now I feel like we need some highlighter for this look. So I was looking into my highlighters and I found two that I think would go perfect with the Elsa side. This is Lime Crime. Lime Crime made a good, this is actually like one of my favorites. This is a Highlight Mermaids highlighter. So it has three colors here. The blue shade, the yellow kind of shade, and then the purplish shade. So I think I'm going to use some of the blue combined with the Fenty Beauty. This is the Fenty Beauty How Many Carats? Another one of my favorite. Now it looks a little dusty from, I guess, using my foundation and dipping it into it, but this is amazing. So I'm going to use them both. I'm gonna take a big fluffy brush, dipping into that blue. See right away, that's like craziness. Now I like to fan it out like this, so it doesn't look like one harsh line here. So I fan it out this way. Look at that. Then I'm gonna take the Fenty Beauty one, swirl into it with the same brush, and just apply it on top. It just adds like an extra glitter effect. So finishing the eye look, I want to apply something on my bottom lash line. So I really want to keep it dark and Bambi. So I'm going to dip into the shade Spindrift, which was this one here. This was the brush that I used for this color on the top. Then dipping into shade Water, which is that one there. Same brush I used for that one. And just lightly sweeping the bottom. You want to use a light hand for this because you don't want to look like you got sucker punched. And I like to always connect it here, just so the bottom half connects with the top half. So that is what we have. I want to apply something in my tear duct area. So dipping into the shade Hurry, which is this middle shade here. Ooh, you have to be careful because it'll smush. I dipped my brush into it and it just smushed it right away. So just be careful, especially if you're using a dense brush. Be careful because it's almost like it's like literal snow, the way the consistency is. So I'm just patting it back so it doesn't fall out. And actually, I'll use some that I pat on my finger here. I'll just pat it on my cheek. And then what I use on my brush, this you have to definitely apply in packing motions, because if you do sweeping motions, it'll just crumble away. Okay, now I'm actually going to apply this lipstick on just this side. I know it's gonna look crazy, but for the sake of the review, I kind of love the lip color. It's almost like a nice mauve-y, frostbitey kind of color. I think it's really pretty. Now we still have this gel. Using my finger, well, using my nail, I'm dipping into it, and it's almost like this weird kind of snowflake consistency. I'm just patting it on here. Oh, that looks gorgeous. And I'm actually gonna put some on my hair. See how that works out. You guys can see that. I love that. I love it on the cheek too. Almost like a topper for a highlighter. I love it. Now this is the last piece of the collection that we haven't tried yet. I don't know if it's for the lid or lip. I can't tell from the box. I guess I'm gonna put it on my lip and see. Actually, you know what? I'll put it on my lid first and then on my lip. Yeah, so I don't think it's a lid. I think it's a lip product. So I'm just gonna apply it in the center. It's cute. I mean, it's nothing to write home about, but it's cute. Okay guys, so this is the final look of the Elsa side. I love the hair gel. I don't know if it's hair gel, just a gel, but I used it for my cheeks as well as my hair. Okay, so what do I think of the products overall in terms of the Elsa box? The box, the packaging, all super amazing. The gel I thought was used, but because of the consistency and I guess it being in the mailbox, or, you know, traveling in the mail, it just moved around. This, I really love this little gel thing. I really loved it. This, for me, was a definite win. I think it's really cute. You can use it for anything. I would put, I know this is not great for your immediate eye area, but I'm crazy. I have put craft glitter near my eye. So I would definitely put it for my eye area. Like here, I used it for extra highlight and I love it. You can use it for hair gel, glitter hair gel. So I love this. And I'm sure you can also put it on the body as well. This was a definite win for me. The lipstick, I love the color. I love the little mauviness of it. I think it complements my complexion really well. So this also was a win for me. The lip gloss, I mean, it's like a regular lip gloss. If you're buying the whole package, then why not? But if you're buying everything separately, I don't think this is necessary. There's so many glosses out there, especially clear glosses. It's nothing like spectacular for me. It was okay. Now the eyeshadow palette. The eyeshadow palette, I love the pigmentation. I'm super surprised because Colourpop is inexpensive in terms of, you know, their products. They're cheap in my opinion. And I mean cheap money-wise. So the fact that they have great pigmentation for the eyeshadows is a win for me. This one in particular, which was Cuddle Close, this one up here, wasn't my favorite. It's a little, I'll show you guys a swatch of it. It's a little tame for me and it's almost like a little dry. You guys can see that. I didn't swatch the other ones, the other two metallics. So I think I'm gonna swatch them for you so you guys can see what it looks like. So this is, what is this? I can't read it. So it's this shade. This shade here. I feel like because they should have darkened up the letters, because it's almost so hard to like read. That one is it's here. Not crazy about it. Very minimal. Let's see the other metallic. This is Northern Lights. That one's a little better. Okay, so the Northern Lights here looks like it's this one here all the way on the end. It's decent. I mean, so I definitely like the watercolor, which was that blue. I love this. This was the Spindrift, the ice crystals. I loved this one. Again, this middle one, you have to be careful with. So just keep in mind, it almost feels like snowflakes, like actual snowflakes. Like it'll just crumble off. So just keep in mind, do not use a dense brush with it. And if you are going to use a dense brush, just tap very lightly because you can make like a big hole into this. It almost has the same consistency of the gel. So just keep those in mind. But it's beautiful. You guys can see it was in my inner corner. I will show you guys a close-up again, but I love that. These three here, these three, they're very like almost too light for me, but overall it's a great palette. I definitely think it's worth the buy. Again, I will show you guys a close-up. So this is the eye look. I fell in love with the eye look. I think it's beautiful. I love the highlight combination. Lipstick was amazing. So this was a definite win for me, of course, with the exceptions of what I mentioned, but I definitely think it's worth the buy. I will list everything down below in terms of where you can buy this, pricing, etc. But we're going to move on to the next box, which is the Anna box. So let's get ready for that one. Okay, now this Anna box, again, it has her name here. I love the color of the box. I think it's beautiful. Opening it up, this is what it looks like inside. Again, with the same components that it has in the previous box. So the eyeshadow palette, this actually looks like a liquid lipstick and a lipstick, and I'm guessing the gel. So opening up the Anna palette, I'm taking out the plastics. This is a more warm tone palette. Beautiful color selection. The lipstick is more of a nude lipstick. What is this called? This is called Going North. I will swatch it for you. Definitely more warm tone in comparison to the Elsa Palette's lipstick. So this is what it looks like. Oh, and I was wrong. It's not a liquid lipstick. It's also a lip gloss. I will swatch it. I'm not too fond of their doe foot applicators. It's like stiff, so this is what it looks like there. So just like a nude lip gloss. And the gel, which looks gold. So I'm excited about this. Let's move on and just try the eyeshadow palette. I'm going to pull you guys closer for the eyeshadow palette so we can get right into it. Okay, so you guys are a little bit closer. Let's dip into the eyeshadow palette. So this palette, I actually like the lettering on this because it's more darker. So you guys can see it's more legible. As opposed to the other one that was silver wording. It was a little bit more difficult to read. So I want to dip into Autumn Breeze, which is this one here. Using a eye-catching crease, and from MOTD, I'm dipping into the color. Again, it has the same kickback that it did with the previous palette. And like the previous palette, I am taking a little bit at a time. So this color, as you can see, is super pigmented. Next, I want to use the shade Wind, which is this one here. Using an Urban Decay brush. This is the brush that just comes with the eyeshadow palettes. I'm just applying that directly on top of the previous shade. Now in between those two shades, I'm going to use the same brush. I'm going to dip into the shade Charades, which is this one here. And I'm just applying this in between the two other shades. Okay, so this is what we have so far. What I'm going to do is I am going to cut the crease and then I will be right back. Okay, we are back with the cut crease. Now I really want to utilize that gold shade since there's gold in the gel. So I'm going to dip into the shade Earth, which is this shade here. I love that color. Dipping into that shade Autumn Breeze again, which is this one here. So what we're going to do is apply the complexion products on this side, and we will continue with the eye look. Okay, so the complexion products are applied. I basically just applied the same things, but the bronzer, I applied a little bit more harshly on this side as opposed to this one. So this is what it looks like. Now we're gonna dip into the same Lime Crime highlight, but we're going to dip into the purple. This is the Seashell. Using the same techniques that we did with the other side. Now I want to do the same thing. I want to use the Fenty Beauty How Many Carats on top of that. I love that. That's pretty. Continuing with the bottom part of the eye look, we're going to dip into the shade Autumn Breeze, which is this shade here. And then using the shade Warm Hugs, which is this one here. I also want to dip into this middle shade, which is Arendelle, and just apply it here in the inner corner. Oh my God, I love this. Now using the lipstick, I love this shade. I'm not gonna dip into the gloss. I'm not a fan of the gloss. I don't like the doe foot applicator, to be honest. This to me is very stiff. I swatched it for you guys earlier, but I'm not going to use it for the look. I definitely want to try the gel. So I'm gonna dip into that. Same thing, I'm going to use it here as an accent for a highlight. I love that, that's pretty. Then I'm going to use it for my hair. Okay guys, so this is the full completed look on both sides. I added a little extra snowflake decal. I got this in Michael's, and it just comes in, well, these two were here, and it just comes in a little thing like this. Of course, if you come to my channel and you don't like extra, then why are you on my channel? You know I was gonna do something extra per usual. But I think this is really cute, especially if you're going, I would definitely go outside with this for the holidays. If you're going ice skating or whatever, I think it's really cute. But let me show you guys up close and personal for both of the looks. And this is the Elsa side, nice and frosty. I love the highlight. I love the eye look. The lip was really pretty. And the gel I also applied on my hair. You guys can see. This is the Anna side with the purple highlight. I love the eye look. The lip was really pretty. And I applied the gel on this side as well. So the Anna side. I actually enjoyed a little bit more. I love the color selection here. I think all these colors are super amazing. This performed really well, even though it was light. Well, light in terms of the color. I actually like the pigmentation. So I really, really enjoyed this palette. The gel, of course, you know, I love anything that glitters or sparkles, I'm in love with. The lipstick, it's warmer than the Anna side, but I love them both. The only thing I wasn't too thrilled about was the lip glosses. I don't like the doe foot applicators. I think they feel really stiff. So these are a no for me, but I would definitely recommend getting the full collection just because if you're a makeup collector, I think you would love these. The boxes are really cute. You can actually buy them as a set and they have it on a sale price, but I will link everything down below. Guys, and this is the end of the review. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you like more videos like this, please let me know down below. Give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already. And are you team Elsa or are you team Anna? I would love to know you guys' feedback. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.